So it's been exactly 1 week since the trade deadline went down, and I wanted to put out this video for you guys a lot sooner, but school and work has been really hectic recently, so that's why I couldn't get this video out to you guys a lot faster. But anyways, this trade deadline was really good and a lot of big deals went down. So in today's video, I'll be discussing the winners and losers of the 2022 NBA trade deadline. But before that, y'all already know the drill. Just go ahead and hit that like button, as it greatly helps my videos and it helps YouTube's algorithm to put out my videos a lot more frequently. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications to never miss any of my uploads, and leave your text down below as I try to respond to each and every one of your comments. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So a quick side note before I begin the actual video, I was gonna make a James Harden Ben Simmons trade breakdown, but since I'm talking about the deadline in general, I might as well just add that video in here. So if I talk about two teams a little longer than the rest of them, that's pretty much why. But to start off with the first winner of the deadline, I think it's pretty obvious and arguable who won this whole thing, but it's the Philadelphia 76ers. The ticking time bomb of the whole Ben Simmons situation was down to the wire, and at precisely 2 o'clock, the rumored trade that everyone basically knew was going to go down went down, as Philly traded Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks to the Nets for James Harden and Paul Millsap. And automatically with that, Philly finally gets that perimeter star to pair up with Joel Embiid to make a real run at a championship. I think everyone accepted the fact that this duo of Ben and Embiid just didn't work, and to get Harden, who, yes, hasn't been the same player he was just a year ago, but he's still a top 20 player in the league, and one of the best offensive hubs this league has ever seen. The pick and roll between Embiid and Harden will be unstoppable, and combine that with their defense, and they should be one of the favorites to go all the way. And just a little side note, another winner in this whole trade, besides Brooklyn, which I will talk about in a little bit, is Daryl Morey, the GM of the Sixers, who got crucified for trying to wait it out with Ben Simmons, as he would be willing to wait until the summer or just keep him as long as he needs until he found the right trade to put them over the top, as he could have folded and traded Ben for one of those other rumored packages, which centered around guys like Malcolm Brogdon from the Pacers or Tyrese Haliburton from the Kings. But no, he waited until the perfect moment to strike, and what do you know? He waited and pulled the trigger on the absolute best possible package, James Harden. Now, onto the second winner of the trade deadline. Well, it's the other side of the Simmons-Harden swap, the Brooklyn Nets. Like I said, they received Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks for Harden and Paul Millsap. To be honest, I think this Brooklyn team just got a lot better with Simmons, as he fits better with KD and Kyrie than Harden does, at least in my opinion. Harden was playing some of his worst basketball in all of his career, and he just looked like he didn't care while playing. And I know there's many factors to that, such as KD's injury and the situation surrounding Kyrie's availability, but that doesn't excuse Harden from not playing good when you're supposed to be a superstar. So for Brooklyn to trade a player who wasn't happy and wasn't playing good basketball, and to get in return a player who fits even better and addresses your real big weaknesses, well, that's a whole dub. Ben is going to really occupy the Draymond role, where he's a primary screener for this team, and can be a secondary playmaker to KD and Kyrie when they get doubled, or he can be a center of your offense down in the post. When they're off the floor, you can give Ben the ball, and you can let him work with a plethora of shooters around him, which Brooklyn has plenty of, and he can kind of play the Giannis role where he can get downhill, because who's really going to stop him, and he can kick out the shooters if need be. But I think where he's really going to benefit the Nets is on the defensive side of the ball, as he's one of the best defenders in the league, as he can pretty much guard anyone from the 1 to the 5 spot, and is just super versatile. He's also a very good rebounder, so if I was Brooklyn, I would experiment putting Ben at the 5 to maximize that spacing and his versatility, as in today's league, I think Ben can guard pretty much any center, as there's not a lot of players who can really take advantage of a 6'10" athletic monster. And quickly to talk about Curry and Drummond, they bolster Brooklyn's depth with Curry scoring, shooting, and gravity, and Drummond is another force down low to help out Brooklyn. And please, for the love of basketball, do not let Simmons and Drummond share the court together for significant minutes, as that spacing is going to be horrendous. But moving on to my next winner, and they are the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are a team that is defined by mediocrity, as over the last couple of years, they've been content with them fighting for a spot around the 6 to 8 seed, but finally, they've seen the light, and they finally broke up this Domantas Sabonis-led team, and they traded him along with Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a 2023 second-round pick to the Sacramento Kings for Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson. So they traded away Sabonis, who they were going to have to pay big money for him to stay, which didn't even guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs. And in return, they get a young guard in Halliburton, who has one of the brightest futures in the league and can be a future All-Star. And also, it's been basically reported that Indiana is looking to clean house, as they're looking to trade away Brogdon and Turner to really kickstart their rebuild, which so far, along with that Ricky Rubio trade where they grabbed a plethora of first-round picks from Cleveland, yeah, their rebuild is looking pretty good. But on to my second to last winner, and that is the Boston Celtics. Their biggest trade was sending Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, and 2 first-round picks to the Spurs in exchange for Derek White. But they also got Daniel Tice from the Rockets in exchange for Darren Schroeder, Ennis Freedom, and Bruno Fernando. So the Celtics, I think, just got a lot better, as the addition of Derek White really helps with their spacing issues and is another quality perimeter defender to add on to what is already one of the best perimeter defenses in the league. He also serves as another ball handler and scorer with the ball in his hands, and can be in the closing lineup, to where between both the Jays, Marcus Smart, newly acquired Daniel Tice, who's familiar with the team, and Derek White himself, you just have a lethal combination of shooting, length, defense, and switchability that will be dangerous come playoff time, as the Celtics look like they're officially back, with them being 8 games above 500. And finally, my last winner is the Cleveland Cavaliers, as they traded away Ricky Rubio, a lottery protected first round pick, and 2 second round picks to the Indiana Pacers in exchange for Karis LeVert and a second round pick. Now, Karis LeVert on his own isn't going to blow away everyone, but I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good scorer and he can be a secondary playmaker in Darius Garland, but really it's the totality of what he means to Cleveland. Cleveland right now is a top 4 seed in the East, and with this trade, I think they're really signaling to the rest of the conference that they are serious and are looking to contend now. And with the acquisition of LeVert, who's an 18-point per game scorer, they can have another go-to guy down the stretch of close playoff games, which will matter heavily. They're putting LeVert on the bench for now, but once it comes down to those closing lineups, you best believe that he'll be right there alongside Garland, which will be such a tough backcourt, as both can drop 40 on any given night. And what makes the trade even better is that they let go of Rubio, who's going to be out for the remainder of the season, and got in return a player who from the get-go is ready to contribute. Oh, and also got a pick out of it. So just an overall big W in the grand scheme of things for the Cavaliers. But that's going to do it for this video. This is probably going to be a 2-part series. This part is going to be the winners, so look out for the next video, which will be the losers of the trade deadline. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment your takes down below. I would love to hear all of them. But with that being said, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.